Hey there YouTube, it's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Haven't done a video in a while, I've been real busy lately, so I want to get this one out to you and try and get a couple more out this week. Today's topic is going to be planning for an epic meal. This is going to be about some tips and things you can do when you know you've got a big meal coming up that doesn't really fit what your current goals are. Many of us are in a cut right now. I'm just like smack in the middle of kind of a long cut. I'm trying to get extra lean this summer. And Friday, a group of guys from work and myself are going to go out to eat. And I know there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to work in my macros, what I plan on eating. More on that later. You might actually see a video about that day. But yeah, there's just no way it's going to fit any kind of macros, even if I was bulking. I'm going to go way over on my calories, and right in the middle of a cut is a horrible time for this to happen. So, conventional wisdom might say just don't go. Well, I really feel like you shouldn't have to skip out on things in your life that you want to do because of your diet. There are ways to make it work, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, first thing you can do, and it's a viable option, and if this was a holiday or a wedding or some kind of big, important thing going on, I would probably just say screw it, I'm going to enjoy myself and I'll pick up where I left off. And I could very well do that this week, and it's only going to set me back so far. But this isn't really a special occasion, so I feel like I shouldn't just say screw it and eat what I want. Again, if this was a holiday, wedding, whatever, I probably would. Alright, so what am I going to do in the coming days and maybe the first couple of days afterwards? First, let's be very simple about this. Calories for the week are really what matter. So if I'm going to have one day with a ton of calories, if I shave off a little bit from the days coming up to and the few days after, I can create a little bit of a buffer for myself. Now some people like to do, basically eat almost nothing the day before and almost nothing the day after. I do not care for that approach. I am going to try and shave between 200 and 300 calories off my diet about a week beforehand, so about 7 days. So if I do 200 calories for 7 days, I've given myself a 1400 calorie buffer. And then maybe the day before, I'll do 500, the day after, I'll do 500. So then I've got this calorie buffer to work with. Now that's not going to cover it, it's just not. So I'm going to do a little bit of extra cardio, and I'm not going to do intense cardio, I'm not going to run, I'm not going to do intervals, I'm not going to do hard biking, I'm going to do low intensity, super low intensity stuff like going on extra long walks. I'm going to try and go for a walk every single day this week and for the first few days afterwards. Longer ones, maybe an hour each time, maybe even longer. Because this isn't going to eat into my recovery, which is already going to be repaired because I've shaved off some calories. So I'm going to do a boatload of super low intensity cardio. I'm going to shave off a few hundred calories before and after. And those are really my two big things I'm going to do. First of all, let's think about how much damage can one really do. It takes 3,500 calories above maintenance to equal 1 pound of fat, assuming everything you eat above maintenance goes directly to fat storage, which it will not. So, if I go 7,000 calories over maintenance, I've set myself back 2 pounds. Add in all the things I've done prior to this eating day, and it's probably only going to be about 1 pound. 1 pound of fat. So I've set myself, I haven't even set myself back really a week. I've just taken a week where I don't make gains or losses because I'm trying to lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that's fine. That's not a big deal. I don't have to sweat it. It's not going to make me nervous or anxious or whatever. Now some people like to really punish themselves after these days, and they cut calories extreme for several days after. I don't like that. It impairs your recovery and it screws you with your lifting. Now one other thing you can do, and I see a lot of people mess this one up too, you're going to have this huge eating day, and I don't call it a refeed because I consider a refeed to be a very precise eating pattern. This is just a binge day, a cheat day, call it what you will. I prefer to use the term epic meal. So we're not going to call it a refeed or anything like that. But it is going to give you a boost to your workout. The workout following this meal, and I don't like to do it the same day because I'm going to be too full. The very next day I will work out and I will do heavy compound after heavy compound after heavy compound because my glycogen supply is going to be fully stored. I'm going to have plenty of extra energy from the huge meal. I'm going to crush a workout that day. So use some of what you do to your advantage in the gym. Rather than slashing calories and impairing your recovery, take advantage of this brief period of increased recovery you're going to have. And at the end of the day, remember, unless you're a competition bodybuilder and you have a date where you need to get on stage, you're not under any kind of time constraints. People freak out that they have to lose all their weight by an arbitrary goal. Again, if you're not competing, you just need to get lean. You can take your time and you can allow life to happen in the way. And that's precisely what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to be the stick in the mud who sits at home while everybody else goes out and has fun. I figured out a way to minimize damage, and I do this, often enough that it doesn't mess me up. I don't have these huge meals all the time. They're few and far between, and everything in moderation, including epic meals. So that's all I have to say. What are your strategies? How do you handle epic meals? Drop it in the comments below or over at the Facebook page at facebook.com/feedingfitness, and I'll see you guys next time.